Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Year of the Batman. Today's Batman Beyond episode is unfortunately titled Hooked Up, um, which in context, the title makes sense, but goddamn, why did you have to call it Hooked Up? It means something else, and everybody knows it means something else. So just something about these shows, they're just so overly horny. But anyway, it starts off that there's this one super big deal of a rock star. He's performing. It it really feels like if slam poetry and punk rock and rap had a baby, and then that's what happened. Oh, God Almighty! I swear, I don't think I get through one of these without yawning. Um, and he's like this big over the top star. He's like girls fanboying over him. He's got like record deals going on, and he's pulling into. He's like getting into his limo, and there's like three beautiful women waiting for him. And then he wakes up in this like big green pod where you're like in suspended animation. It turned out all to be like just this really super in depth virtual reality world. And this guy, he's like, I need to go back immediately. Let me go back. And it's a Spellbinder. He's the one in charge of it all. He's like, yeah, you can go back. I need some money though. So he goes out and starts begging for money, but then he gets pissed off because he got told to get a job. So he like attacks one random dude because he said get a job, which is like, that's fair, dude. Get a fucking job. And then he like tries to steal a purse from this one random lady, and gets the purse. But at the time, Batman, he notices it, and he's like, "Hey, what the hell? That's a kid that used to go to school. He disappeared about a week ago." So he pursues him, and this motherfucker, it just truly shows like what an addict will go through. He did not let go of that fucking purse for the life of him. It's like he's battling Batman, and he's giving Batman a dickens of a time. Eventually, he like jumps off a bridge and then lands on like a semi truck, all while still holding the fucking purse. And then he like detaches the tractor trailer from it. So Batman has to like save the tractor trailer from crashing into other people. So he escapes. Batman's like, what the hell? I've had more less problems than fucking ink than this little drug addict. I mean, he's not a drug addict. He's like a techno addict, I guess. So he's telling Max about it, and then Max is like, "Hey, I wanna be more involved." And Terry and Bruce are like, "No, you know what happens when people are involved in this line of work? Bad shit. No." Which it does kind of make sense why Max does want to get more and more involved because you find out more about a backstory. We'll get into that later. So, um, Max has like an inkling that she thinks she can help find the guy because she knows the guy's parents well. So they excuse themselves to, well, not excuse themselves. They meet and go to his parents' house, and you find that the one I keep saying drug addict, techno addict. He has like this absolute shitty lifestyle. Like his dad gives no craps about him whatsoever. The house is in pretty bad disarray, and the dad's like, yeah, every once in a while the cops bring back, I don't know, little Timmy, what's this fuck, and saying how he needs some more DLC, which I meant to look that up. I completely botched looking that up. I feel like it's got to stand for like maybe love, commitment, and down to I have no clue. I really have no clue. So anyway, they leave, but beforehand they find this charge card. So Max, she like does some research on it, and she's like, "Oh, it looks like he spent this on a virtual reality room. So we should head to the arcade and see if we can find anything." So at this time, also Spellbinder, he's like getting more recruits to come in and whatnot, because there is sometimes when you like go into the virtual reality world so much, you get a serotonin overdose, and your whole body just goes comatose. So he's like, "Hey, why don't you guys find some more recruits to help test this and get me more money while you're at it? Please give me more money." So Terry and Max, they head to the arcade, and they're in line for this virtual reality world. And Terry's like, "Max, listen, I appreciate your help, but you can't be really a part of this. Like, it just no." So Max's like, "All right, fine, fine. I'll do something else in the arcade." So she gets in line. She runs into the one Technoac and another guy, and they're like, hey, Max, you wanna come to some real virtual reality? We have this one hookup they'll give you the best experience possible." Max is like, yeah, sure. Can I bring a plus one?" Which, uh, once again, why the fuck is Terry with Dana and not Max? Max is everything Terry wishes she could be, because she's a fucking character. You know what Dana is? She's pretty. And that's it. Max is, she's the whole damn package. So, I don't know. Disappointed for Terry for not being with Max. Like, I don't really see what chemistry that Dana and Terry have. Like, just, I don't know. I'm gonna quit ranting about that because I'll just get into it. Just super big misfire. I will say super big misfire. So anyway, she's telling Max is telling Terry about it, and Terry's like, "Listen, Max, I really don't think this is a good idea. Why don't I just go and you know?" And the guys are like, "Well, come on, Max, you don't need a chaperone. Just come with us." And she's like, "Okay," which I think she said that under the guise that Terry would follow her. At least that's what it felt like. So Max is doing the VR thing in Spellbinder's place, and it's really sad because it starts off that's like she's having dinner with her family, and she's like, "Hey guys, the school's putting on this like big fundraiser, and I'm gonna be like hosting it, something to that avail. This means a lot to me. Will you be there?" And then the dad, mom, and sister are like, "Oh yeah, of course. We'll definitely be there for you." And I'm just like, why is that your fantasy? Like your happiest fantasy you could think of, just like a loving and supportive family. So Max is like kind of hooked now. So she goes out to commit some crimes to be able to get some money for Spellbinder to pay for it. So during all that, Batman he like sees her trying to steal from a car, and he's like, "Max, what the fuck is wrong with you?" And she's like, "Terry, you don't understand. The virtual reality world, it is something special. I need to go back." So Terry he like kind of drugs her. I'm not really sure what he does. He puts something in her body and then escorts her home. And you find out that like at an early age, Max's father passed away, and then her mom is like always on the road, so she's never really home. It's just her and her sister, which kudos to Max for turning out the way that she did. Like to have that kind of life and to be pretty much like the valid Victorian, like good for you, Max. What an awesome role model. Fuck you, Dana. Like, yeah. God, I'm sorry. I just hate Dana so much. Um, so anyway, Terry, he's like, "Max, listen, like you're you're acting like an addict. I know you want to go back, but you just gotta, you know, deal with the real world and quit playing the victim." Which it it did seem kind of cruel what Terry was saying, but like he was kind of 100% on the right. So Max, she knocks Terry the fuck out, and while Terry was giving Bruce an update. So Max takes the phone. She's like, "I don't know who the hell you are. Just tell Terry I'm sorry," and deuces. So Max goes back, and then Terry, he is like out for blood at this point because he's pissed that like Max has turned into an addict. So he sees the one guy in the street, and he's like, I'm gonna beat the absolute shit out of that guy just so I can get Spellbinder's location. And then Bruce over the intercom was like, or you could tail him. And Terry's like, oh yeah, I guess I could do I could do that. I just love the idea of Terry just beating the fuck out of somebody just to help find Max. I don't know. That just brought a smile to my face. Fuck you, Dana. So Terry, he gets there, he sees Max is like uh in her virtual reality world, and he interrupts that, and she's like, Terry, please just let me go back in. Like, this is ridiculous. So Spellbinder, he shows up and he puts Terry in like kind of a spell or whatever. And Max, before she goes back into the virtual reality room, she's like, hey, just don't kill him, okay? And Spellbinder's like, what? Fuck you, no. So Max, she jumps in behind him and slams his ass to a console, which like electrocutes Spellbinder all over and knocks him out. So all the people that were comatose from the virtual reality overdose, they're like back to normal. Max is back to normal. Spellbinder's out of the picture, and the episode just kind of ends. So a lot of stuff happens in this episode. It was a Max heavy episode, which I very much welcome. There was no Dana, which I also very much welcome. Kind of mad at Terry for not dating Max, but it's whatever. Their chemistry's just so good. I love it. But it also ends where Batman's like, "Hey Max, I will let you into this world, but it's got to be slow. Like we gotta take things slow to like ease you into it." Which fair. That is more than fair, I will say. So, but rating wise, pretty good episode. I can't really find really any faults with it. Like no Dana, a lot of Max, good stuff with Batman, a lot of great stuff with Terry. It was very low action, like very very low action. Like Terry he was fighting that one attic at first with like the rescue and whatnot, and also in the arcade when he first heard one of the guys mention Spellbinder, he like turned red. Like in the arcade, Max and them are talking, and Max goes off with one of the guys, and then the other guy, he's like, "Yeah, Spellbinder will hook her up good," and he just flips the switch. He's like, "Spellbinder," and he like tries to charge after Max, but the other two guys stop him, and like he was out for blood at that point. But yeah, good episode. I'm really struggling to think of like stuff I don't like. Maybe a smidge bit more action with like Spellbinder, because he went down really easy. I mean, Max hit him once and that was it. So that's pretty disappointing. So I guess from like sheer potential of it, I gotta nix that. So I guess a good 6 out of 7. Still, solid episode. Solid, solid, solid. But yeah, that's it. Bye bye.